game specifically, I mean, we could get into it if we want, but I mean, there's just a horrible game for Gonzaga. Chet Holmgren fouled out, only played 23 minutes. Thought it was pretty timely that you wrote about bad officiating, especially with this game. But I mean, Andrew Nembhard struggled. He was 2 of 11 shooting. Julian Strother was 3 of 9 shooting. I mean, just Rasir Bolton was 3 of 10. Just so many things I felt like went wrong for Gonzaga, and they were still in it down the stretch. But I think all credit goes to Arkansas because they took the lead with about 18 minutes left, and they did not relinquish it. So this is a really good Arkansas team. Don't feel like it was a fluke in any way. And taking out the number 1 overall seed, the way they did it, I thought was really, really impressive.
Arkansas played better. Arkansas was the more aggressive team, the tougher team, the more physical team. Arkansas deserved to win this game. Let me say that one more time. Arkansas deserved to win this game. They were the better team for 40 minutes on this Thursday night. But two things can be true at the same time. Arkansas deserved to win this game. That's true. This is also true. The officials were horrendous, embarrassing. And there's no good way to talk about it without acting like you're taking away from Arkansas did. So let me say it again. I'm not trying to take away from what Arkansas did. I don't care if the officials called a perfect game. I think, given the way that game was being played, Arkansas would have won the game. But the officials did not call a perfect game or anything close to it. I felt so sorry for Gene Steratore. Like, when I walk into the broadcast center tomorrow, he's got his own little officiating studio room in there up on the 3rd floor. I'm going to walk in and I think I'm going to take him flowers. Just be like, yo, man, I should take him a card. Like, I know that was a rough one for you. Because they keep going to him. I mean, that's why he's there. It's his job, because he can add insight into these situations that seem questionable. And he's very good at it. But, like, it's not great for Gene. Every time Jim Nance is like, so, Gene, what do you see? And he's like, yeah, I think they missed that one. Hey, Gene, what'd you think about that one? Yeah.
He was working overtime tonight.
I don't think, and he doesn't want to trash. I mean, he's friends with those guys. He doesn't want to trash them on national television on America's most watched network. It's a network of stars. But, like, they kept going to him. Like, Gene, what do you see here? I don't think I would have called that one. It was just awful. The officials were embarrassing. Like, just in the second half alone, Andrew Nembhard got tripped, like leg out tripped. Like when you were in 4th grade and you're on the playground and you want to trip somebody. That's what happened to Andrew Nembhard. No call. An Arkansas player, I can't remember which one, and I don't want to misidentify anybody, but an Arkansas player in the second half drives baseline. Steps out of bounds. No call. And I think on that same possession, Arkansas made a 3. The last 2 fouls on Chet Holmgren, right. The last 2 fouls on Chet Holmgren, ridiculous. Hey, Gene, what'd you think? He looks vertical to me. He's straight up. I don't know what the problem is. Gene Steratore like, I don't know what the problem is. Again, credit to Arkansas.
Even Chet's 3rd foul, too. I think it was with 15:56 remaining. Jalen Williams is, like, driving into the lane. And they do the replay.
Yeah.
They do the replay, and it's like, well, what do you think? And then they show Jalen Williams just literally like tackling Chet Holmgren. It's like, what do you think? And Gene's like, well, so it's like
he's like
a rough position to be in.
He's like, I think the lead official called it, and from his angle, we can't see that, Jalen's like got his arm out and is running straight into Chet Holmgren's chest. That looked like one where you can just see Eric Musselman in the locker room saying, "Put it straight in that skinny MFer's chest. You go right into his little skinny bones." That's what it looked like to me. Like, we're going to drive it straight into his little bony chest and make him get physical with us. And, like, listen, like, I'm not saying Chet Holmgren never fouls, but, like, that was not a foul on Chet Holmgren. And the last one was not a foul on Chet Holmgren. And, again, I'm not saying that that's the difference in the game, because I don't think it was. But the officials were embarrassing. And for them to be so embarrassing in what was arguably the biggest game of the night, a game on CBS, in the days after, it wasn't just me writing about officiating. Like, I wrote an officiating column for Thursday Morning. So did Pat Forty. Dana O'Neill wrote one earlier in the week. like I wrote in my column, I went on radio in Seattle with Ian Furness Tuesday afternoon. And like within the first 3 minutes, he was like, so does college basketball have an officiating problem? And I said, Ian, the fact that you just asked me that, like Gonzaga's 2 wins away from another Final Four. Coach K's in his final NCAA tournament. We got Peacocks in the Sweet 16. And you're asking me about officiating. That proves we got an officiating problem. And then they come out in the first game of the night and just embarrass themselves again. Like, I don't know how to fix it, but it needs to get fixed because it should not be a dominant storyline in the NCAA tournament, but it so obviously is.